Today, we're going to go into a custom card review, and the first cards are coming in from Sam that sends us a dual Dokkan vs Goku and Pikkon. So, let's go and jump straight into it. So, what we got here is a Super Kaioken Angel Goku, as well as a Pikkon, and we're going to go ahead and just take a look at the Goku first, because I'm interested to see what he's looking like. His stats are as shown, and he is Super AGL. His leader skill is Otherworld Warrior, Super Saiyans, or Master Evolution, 3 key and 1-7% across the board, and the 30% of the stats is to Pure Saiyans and Accelerated Battle, so of course the leader skill makes sense considering the card that he is. And his other part of his leader skill is Super Class 3 key and 120% across the board, of course, and it excludes the characters that are on his main part of his leader skill. So this is like inspiration from the recent worldwide download celebrations that we just got, and then of that the AGL Vegito Blue, as well as the Zamasu, where this guy is a TUR, so he's giving Super Class 3 key and 120% of the stats. And we have the Vegito Blue, who's giving 3 key and 150% of the stats. So I like that he basically lowered the leader skill from 150 to 120, considering that this is a TUR, and we have the vanilla Dokkan unit, that being that AGL Vegito Blue, who's giving 150% stats. So I really like the creativity there. And of course, he left a link, W Mans. So let's see what we have here on his leader skill. Of course, we have the AGL Vegito Blue, we have the 8th year Z Boys, we have Hachiyaku, we got Big Getty Boys, we got Bird Coup, we got the LR Gods, and so on and so forth. So his super attack effect, 50% attack defense in 1 turn, nice, standard, and simple. Has an interest animation when there is a Otherworld Warriors category ally or enemy, and he gives himself 3 key and 100% attack and defense for 4 turns from the start of turn. Interesting. And starts out with 3 key and 140% attack and defense, just baseline. And he also gets an additional 59% attack and defense when performing a super attack, so I like that. A attack and defensive buff from your passive to your super attack effect. I've always loved that. And he also has a 70% chance to dodge for 10 turns from the start of turn. Now, do keep in mind that if this guy was created as a card in Vanilla Dokkan, not private server Dokkan, as like KX and Entropy, we're talking Vanilla Dokkan, that 10 turns of a 70% chance to dodge is very powerful, because fights do not last that damn long, considering we're in the red zone / 200% leader skill meta. And he also gets a 30% chance to dodge after the 11th turn, which you would rarely ever see if this guy was ever placed inside actual Dokkan. He also gets 10% damage reduction in the same turn for each attack dodged. Whoa. So in his best scenario, this guy can be looking really strong defensively. Like, wow. Okay. Let's say there's, for example, 3-4 attacks inside the first slot. You're going up against Red Zone Fusion Zamasu. He dodges all 4 of those attacks. That's 40% damage reduction with a 70% chance to dodge. And he also gains an attack and defensive buff from his passive to his super attack effect. I really like that. Wow. And he also gets to show 59% attack and defense when there's a worthy rivals category enemy, and gets 159% attack and 30% damage reduction for 5 turns after receiving an attack. That? Huh. You know what's interesting about that? Because the scenario I just said is very interesting for this guy. So if this guy has 3 or 4 attacks inside the first slot, he dodges, let's just say 4 for the sake of discussion. He dodges those 4 attacks in the first slot. For that 1 turn, of course, he gets that 10% damage reduction in the same turn for each attack dodge. He'll have 40% damage reduction for that turn. And if he takes that hit, that's 70% damage reduction. Of course, because he'll have that 30% damage reduction for those 5 turns and additional attack after receiving that attack, on top of his already 40% damage reduction for that 1 turn. So when he comes back in rotation, he'll have 30% damage reduction to fall back on. I like this guy's design. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a fan. I like the leader skill. Of course, good standard super attack effect. He gains an attack and defensive buff from his passive to his super attack effect. He does have that key in attack and defense for those first 4 turns. So I think I like this guy. This seems Dokkan-esque. Except the worthy rivals category enemy, you probably when will you see that? I can't really think of a tough stage off the top of my head. The red zone Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 for Vanilla Dokkan, but other than that, I can't really think of one. There's probably one I'm not remembering, but you guys are probably shouting at me like, Dev, it's this one, but yeah. So it's active skill. Kaioken can be activated from the 4th turn. Good active skill condition. Requirement. Good active skill requirement. And he gives all allies 59% attack and defense for 1 turn. Self-excluded, and he takes away 18% of your HP. That is a very powerful active skill. Even though he's not giving key, that is a... Who's on his 200% leader skill that we can toss here? I mean, we do have you guys. Interesting. Oh, we do have this guy too. Yeah. Him and this guy would work relatively well. What's his link set? Over in a flash, Kamehameha, Shattering the Limit, and Fierce Battle. Interesting. Shattering the Limit, isn't that for like free-to-play units? No, not free-to-play units. Units that awaken from like story events and stuff. It's typically like free-to-play units and units that awaken from like story events that get that link. Right? Am I remembering that correctly? I don't know. But yeah, he's an Over in a Flash unit. This guy would do so well right next to this guy because he does have Over in a Flash too, correct? Yeah. Yeah. These two are a match made in heaven. I am a big fan of this Super Kaioken Angel Goku card. Sam, you cooked on this one. I'm not even going to cap. So let's go over to Pikkon. Pikkon, what do you have for us, buddy? So you're super int, and there goes your stats. Defense is looking relatively high. What's this guy's defense? Still looks good. Attack is low, but that is pretty much fine because this guy seems as if though he's more so of a defensive type of guy. He seems like though. Defensive type of guy. Anyways, Pikkon. Pikkon's leader skill, Otherworld Warriors, Worthy Rivals, and Story Figures 3 key and 170% of the stats. And his 30% of the stats is to accelerate a battle or battle of wits. And his other part of his leader skill, of course, is the same as Goku. Super Class 3 key, 120% of the stats. Of course, excluding the characters that are on his main leader skill. Of course, we have the 200% leader skill here. Who is on Pikkon's 200% leader skill? Oh, Power Awakening Piccolo. Very nice. So he does have Power Awakening Piccolo. He does have both the Gammas. He does have the Movie Hero Support Piccolo. Well, just basically the Movie Hero Piccolo. You can just call him Movie Hero Support. Who cares? He does have the Dokkan Fest Physical Piccolo. He does have Super 17, excuse me, MVP 17. Why did I say Super 17? I just completely confused that. So he does have MVP 17. He does have this Piccolo. And of course he does have this Kid Buu on his 200% leader skill. Very interesting. Now, back on over to Pikkon. So Pikkon stacks attack and defense, and he has an interesting animation. It starts out with 100% attack and defense and guard for the first 4 turns. So he has attack and defense and guard for the first 4 turns so that he can stack up that attack and defense when he loses it with his guard on that, after those 4 turns, not on the 4th turn. So after those 4 turns, he would most likely recover all of that attack and defense, and the guard loss probably wouldn't be too significant, provided he does have some sort of extra layer of defensive ability besides that. Besides that, I can't read tonight. Besides that, 3 key and 150% attack and defense to start a turn, and 25% attack and defense with each attack received up to 125%. He also gets 5% damage reduction per Otherworld Warrior category character on the team. And guards if there's a character... No, guards all attacks if the character is the first to attack in the turn. Okay, and he also has a 50% chance to guard as the second or third to attack in the turn. And he gives all allies 50% attack and defense and chance to dodge attacks, including super attacks, with 2 rainbow key spheres when this character is the third to attack in battle. Okay, so with a full Otherworld Warriors team, this he basically just wants to be on the full Otherworld Warriors team. So he has up to what? That's 30% damage reduction, including himself? Yeah. Because, of course, I'm pretty sure it's 7 times 5 is 30. Dev, are you doing the math correctly? No. I'm not doing the math correctly, am I? 7 times 5, 30. Is that 35? Yo, why am I like... My brain is just like... I'm having the craziest brain fart. It's 35. Oh my god. So I have 35% damage reduction, provided you do have that full Otherworld Warriors team. And he does have guard when he's the first to attack. Provided this guy doesn't have enough stacked up attack and defense, he could get cooked by a super attack. He could, realistically. If you think about the hardest stage in vanilla Dokkan right now, I'm not talking about private server Dokkans like KX and Entropy, I gotta bring that up. But talking about the hardest mode, not hardest mode, it's the hardest stage, he could get hit kind of hard. You just have that guard with damage reduction for the first 4 turns, but when that guard wears off, he will have that. Pycon's design is interesting. Definitely interesting. Okay, so in his active skill, he can be activated from the 4th turn, or 4th turn, and when HP is 80% or below. Up to, no, it has to be below 80% HP. I'm reading this so wrong. Up to 8 times, he can get 30% attack and defense 1 turn. So he can activate this pretty much basically as much as he wants. Wow. And his link set experience fighters, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed. Gentlemen, Supreme Warriors. Link set is Cold Judgment's good, Shocking Speed's good, of course, Fierce Battle, obviously. His link set's a little bit on the weird end compared to Goku's. Who we sit next to this guy? I mean, this guy looks pretty goddamn powerful in slot 3. He looks pretty goddamn powerful. Chance to dodge attacks. It doesn't say that the specific chance though. This is just his chance to evade attacks when collecting 2 rainbow keysters, and his character is the 3rd attack in the last slot. Because he'll have a 50% chance to guard, he'll have dodge chance, and support inside that last slot. That's nice. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, the guard chance I'm not a fan of, but you know, it's guard chance. But Pycon's design, I'm probably not giving it enough credit. It's probably stronger than I'm giving it credit for. Because he's stacking. He does have the 100% attack and defense and guard for those 4 turns to help him stack up and be at a sufficient amount of defense. He does have that 35% damage reduction when you have a full Other World Warriors team, including himself, of course. He does build up attack and defense when he takes hits, which he can get very easily. And yeah, this guy, and he's int too. He's int going up against that Fusion Zamasu, who's super, no, that's super int. Extreme physical dev. Oh my god, tonight it's not my night. Okay, yeah, Pycon is good. Pycon is good. I'm probably not giving him enough credit though. This Goku, I am a really big fan of. I love this guy. But Sam, thank you for sending your cards. Let's go and move on over to the second card of the video. The next card is coming in from Raphael. Now, this guy sent me 3 emails wanting me to check his card. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but listen, damn. I am terrible at checking this email. So, Raphael, you gotta forgive me. Forgive me, my boy, because here we are today. I'm looking at your card on a custom card review video. I gotta get back to doing these more in the mix. I'm so bad at keeping up a consistency nowadays, so I'm really sorry about that, guys. But Raphael, we're gonna go and check out your card. Yeah, the title right there says check my card. Yes, sir. We're gonna check out your card. Now, Raphael says, "Sup, Dev. How are you? I'm doing great." I'm doing good too, man. I was just wondering if you could review my card for a video or a live stream. We're doing it for the video, you know what I'm saying? We're doing it for the video. Thanks. And there goes the link, which is a transforming God Goku that goes into Blue Goku that goes into a Ultra Instinct Goku. I feel like I've seen a card like this before. This would be a sick card in Dokkan, to be honest. But anyways, let's not waste any time. So we have a Dokkan Fest God Goku that goes into an Ultra Instinct Goku, basically going through all the forms. And this guy, I'm just trying to start at a place. So his leader skill is 3 key and 170% stats to Realm of Gods or Power Beyond Super Saiyan. And his 30% stats is to Universal Survival Saga and Reps Universe 7. Okay. And his stats, of course, at 100%. I like it. He put the little 100% thing. I like that. 20,000 attack. Oh, I'm about to say. Wait, hold on. Oh. Whoa, this card's going to be broken. What Dokkan Fest has, yeah, damn near 21k attack, 18,000. This Dokkan Fest damn near has 19,000 defense, 21,000 attack, and he's at 16k HP. I mean, 16k HP, not particularly a big deal, but like this attack and defense is insane. This card's gonna be fucking broken. Okay. Raphael, you're cooking. So his super attack name, of course, is the God Key combination. Greatly stacks defense and stacks attack. And his passive, the Godly form, he has an interest animation, of course, and gets 159% attack and defense. It says we'll have 159% attack and defense. We'll also gain 3 key from key spheres. 3 key from key spheres obtained for 6 turns from the start of turn. So he gets 3 key per key sphere obtained for 6 whole turns. Okay, it starts out with 120% attack and defense. He also has 2 key per key sphere obtained. Okay. And gets 20% attack and defense depending on the amount of key obtained. So he's a nuker. That gets, what's that? For 6 turns on top of his 3 key per key sphere obtained, that's 5 key per key sphere obtained, and he's getting 20% attack and defense per key sphere obtained. Wow, that's a lot of key per key sphere obtained. Counters key based super attacks with a great power. 100% attack and defense while performing a super attack. I like that. 5 attacks, each with a 50% chance to become a super. This is the cards I live for, because this is the outside the box just creation. This guy inside his God Goku form has 5 key. Basically, for those 6 turns, we're going to combine that 3 key for those 6 turns from the start of turn per key sphere obtained, of course, because that says we'll also gain plus 3 key from key sphere. So he has basically within these 6 turns, he's going to have 5 key per key sphere obtained. He nukes with 20% attack and defense per key sphere obtained. He can do, what's that? Like a, what's the word for that? He can do up to 6 super attacks? No, 7, right? What? He does his first one, and then he has 5 attacks that all have a 50% chance to become a super attack. So he'll do his first super attack, then he'll do his 5 other super attacks, and then he has a potential system. He can do 7 supers. He's nuking with 20% attack and defense per key sphere obtained, and he gets 5 key per key sphere obtained, and not to mention he's greatly stacking defense and stacking attack. Remember, it's separate. He's stacking attack regularly, and then he's greatly stacking defense. So it's separated from each other, even though it's different modifiers. Wow. Okay, and he also put in asterisk right over here. Goku gets the buff depending on how much ki is collected, not ki spears. Okay. Good thing you said that. So, how much ki is collected? Okay. I thought this was a nuking. Okay, you almost had me there. All right, Raphael, you almost had me there. That would have been pretty goddamn insane. You know what the cherry on top would have been? Is if he was a orb changer. That would have just, if he was an orb changing nuker that got 5 key per key sphere obtained. 5 key per key sphere obtained is pretty much useless because he's a TUR, correct? Is he? He's not an LR, right? Did I overlook that? No, he's a TUR. He only has 1 super attack. Just so, yeah. Alright, so his active skill transforms. Alright, can be activated when he performs 5 super attacks or when fighting a Universal Survival Saga category enemy starting from the 5th turn of battle, or if he's fighting a Universe 6 character from the 3rd turn for start of battle. I think the 5 super attacks shouldn't be too hard to get because this guy can do up to 7 super attacks, including his potential system and his first super attack. That's pretty goddamn insane. So he can really eat up the boss's life while he's greatly stacking defense and regularly stacking attack. Alright, then we go into Blue Goku. Blue Goku is then broken ass super attack effect. He's massively stacking attack, which is 100% attack infinitely throughout the rest of the battle. And of course, he's greatly stacking defense with his, which is basically 50%. Okay. Stupidly powerful super attack effect. As if though this guy didn't seem stupid already. It's like he technically, this guy could get smoked within the first turn, but when he gets going, this God Goku gets going, it's gonna get pretty nasty. All right, so Blue Goku, right? So Blue Goku, 159% attack and defense at the start of turn, good. 2 ki per key sphere obtained, good. 35% attack and defense per key obtained. So remember, it's how much key he obtains, like he said before. Counters unarmed super attacks with massive power. Doesn't he have a nullification here too? Yeah, he nullifies ki blast supers. I forgot to mention that. That's very good. Let's just go and put that out there. So he's nullifying in this form too. And he nullifies in this form also, but just with unarmed ones. 120% attack and defense performing super attack. I love it, even though he's literally massively stacking attack and greatly stacking defense. Insane super attack effect. 10% attack and defense depending on how much HP is left, up to 70%. What does that mean? So if HP is 90%, for example, you'll have 10% attack and defense. Okay, so the lower your HP is, the more attack and defense you get. Okay. I don't think that this guy's HP, you are not going to be low HP. He gets, bro, by like turn like 5, if this guy does at least 3 super attacks, oh my god. Okay. And then he gets 3 attacks. He does 3 attacks to have a 70% chance to become a super attack. Wow. And then let's just see Ultra Instinct Goku. This card is insane. It's like, once you get the Blue Goku, you just don't die. There's no way you die with Blue Goku. This super attack effect is just so dumb strong. Bro, you can die in God Goku, technically. You could. But you take this card up against the hardest fight in the game. Oh, damn, no. Yo, I don't even know. Does he get cooked in there? In vanilla? Maybe just the God Goku. When you get the Blue Goku, oh, mama, that's a whole different ballpark. Okay, so his revival skill / standby skill can be active in the 6th turn from the start of battle. Transforms and recovers with 80% HP. So he, of course, has a strong standby skill / revival thing. Ultra Instinct Sign Goku. So yeah, massively stacking defense. That's 100. Once you get to this form, it's like the damn fight's over. Like the fight is done. When you get, dog. This is the cards I live for. I love these type of cards. So 159% attack and defense to start turn. 3 ki per key sphere obtained. 40% attack and defense per key obtained. Powerful. A 70% chance to dodge for 2 turns. Good. A 50% chance to dodge after 2 turns. And then 2 attacks, each with guaranteed super attacks. So he does 2 guaranteed supers. Okay. A 30% chance to have guaranteed dodge for the next turn. 659% attack when performing a finish attack. Wow. Master Race attack does massive damage. Goku will go back into blue and go into UI again after the standby, except he can't do the finisher anymore. Wow. What a card. What a card. The only issue is that this guy can get clapped before he supers. But once this guy gets going and you go into Blue Goku, you win. Pretty much. Raphael, thank you for sending in your card. Let's go and run over to the last and final card of the video. And the last card is coming in from Omni. And Omni says, I know it's not a doc, but please look it over. Sure. Why the hell not? And this is coming from the Doke Fan Wiki. Okay. So, Omni created this. Okay. So he created this on the 12th of May. Yes, that's May, correct? Yeah, I'm deaf. What's wrong with you? My brain is not working that well tonight. Turtle School triumphs again. A Dokkan Fest, Tech, Goku, and Krillin. Okay, so their leader skill. DB Saga or Bond of Friendship 3 key and 1% of the stats. And then 30% of the stats is to World Tournament and Earthbred Fighters. So the leader skill makes a whole lot of sense, of course, as you guys would know. And their super attack effects. Yeah, they're an LR, right? No, they're a TWAR. Okay. Yeah. So their super attack effect, the Turtle School combo, they greatly stack attack and do immense with a 50% chance to stun. And Turtle School categorize 20% attack and defense for 3. Whoa. God damn, what a super attack effect. I mean, wow. That means seeing this, I feel like they're going to do a lot of damage. And they're supporting. I like that. So their passive 2 key and 159% attack and defense at the start of turn. And they get additional 59% attack defense forming super attack. So basically, there's their defense when they super attack, which is coming from their passive. They also have a 50% chance to dodge, regardless of immunity. So they can dodge a boss such as like Broly, for example, who does cancel dodge. All allies get 10% attack and defense per attack dodge within the turn up to 30%. So if they dodge 3 times, not only do they give a support type buff to Turtle School that's 20% attack and defense, but if those allies are on Turtle School, as well as they're getting this all allies buff, and they dodge those 3 attacks, that is pretty much within that same turn 50% attack and defense for the entire rotation. Provided this card supers first, and then they dodge those 3 attacks, that is quite strong. But, of course, that is a scenario that might be unlikely. And they also get 30% damage reduction from enemies hit by this character's super attack within the turn. Okay, I like that. So it gives us, like, the LR Jackie Chun sort of inspiration with that. And they raise their attack up to 159% the more HP remaining, the greater the stats boost. Of course, that LR int cell kind of feel. And, of course, with the same goes for defense, less HP remaining, the greater the stats boost. So I like that they're gaining damage reduction when they hit the enemy with their super attack. I like that they're a support type unit inside a unique way, provided they do have that dodge chance. They have a 50% chance to dodge. They have dodge chance. They have damage reduction built in them. They're a dual support type unit. From their passive, they're a super attack effect. They gain a attack and defensive buff from their passive. Meanwhile, they're greatly stacking attack. I like them. I gotta say, I like them. I like the unique aspect of how they went about this card. This is from Omni, correct? Yeah, Omni. Good shit. Active skill, the dual Kamehameha, effects and conditions. Raises attack by up to 590 for 1 turn, causes ultimate damage to enemy, and within the turn activated, all attacks become crits. So they do guaranteed crits and then get this huge amount of attack. Okay. Yeah. And then Cool Name says, I would prefer if the defense was for higher than HP. But other than that, they're pretty good. They do seem pretty good. I would agree. I'd swap that around. I didn't think about that till now. Yeah, I'm thinking about it till now. Yeah, I mean, I like the card. But I think that is really about it. Thank you to those who sent their cards in. And right above my head is going to be the email for you guys to send the cards that you like to see inside these videos. Oh, damn, Dev. It's crazy because I am so bad at looking at this email. You don't have to send cards, guys, but it's appreciated if you do. A lot of you guys take time out of your day to create these cards, and I really, really appreciate you. So please don't ever feel like you're sending them for nothing, because I will do my very best, like I said from day one, with this like little, what do I even call this? This little series that I get to it. But I think that is really about it. I appreciate you guys for watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys next video. I love you all. Peace.